Yo, what's good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Welcome back once more to another daily crypto and Casper live stream. We have seen some very reassuring developments today. Very reassuring. This time round, talking from inflation report, macro reports looking very bullish indeed, and equally some interesting capital developments as well, which we're going to get to in this stream. As always, family, if you enjoy the content, doing this stuff daily, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And hopefully you're ready to get into today's news. We have Wing Hong, brother. Welcome back, brother. You are first. Hope you're doing very well. We're not mooning just yet right now, but Kaspa is looking okay today. Currently up 2.14% on the daily time frame. It's trying to make that move above this level. There's a support zone here, which would be reassuring. Although until we comfortably past 7 cents, we are still very much in the lower ends for Kaspa. What am I wearing? Same thing as always. Right now, just cargos and a t-shirt. Nothing crazy. Welcome back, Kryptoni, bro. You're doing very well, man. Baby daddy, welcome back. Have no fear. Big Cos Wallop is here. Hope you're doing very well. LB on the check-in. Welcome back, bro. You got Greg here as well. Welcome back. First to say hi. Okay, first to face first. Welcome back, my man. Dimitar, welcome back. Nice to watch Kappa videos almost every night. I'm glad you enjoy it. I did make a towel video actually earlier today, but the live stream today is going to be about Kaspa, of course, but predominantly about Kaspa. There'll probably be some towel stuff in there as well, but you can see right now Kaspa's doing very well, and the information for today is quite interesting. There's one particularly big news that I'm going to just gloss over regarding this video here from a Web3 developer, which I've already been informed through Twitter and through my Discord community about it. So, I think it's definitely worth covering it a little bit. I'll do a much more deeper dive later on about it though. He's got a new camera from today, finally 2160p. That is not actually in my control, in all honesty. I don't know why it's never been like that before, but I mean, I do have a video camera, although I've not turned it on just yet. It'll be turned on soon, within the next week or so. Don't know why you didn't do that before, but at least now you've got better quality to look at the Kaspa charts and the crypto charts. Good evening, Brett, bro. You're doing very well. Mr. Malt, welcome back, my man. Lenny, done. Goodbye. Well, great to have you here, although it's short-lived. Hope you're having a great day. Everyone that might have posted before me aren't real people. Shared fever dream. Okay, well, there you go. Mr. Malt is the only real person in the world. Welcome back, Antonio, bro. You're doing very well. My friend, let me buy you a better camera. I mean, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to ask for it, though. And I'm not wearing anything like that. That's not going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But yeah, welcome back, LB, John Doe on the check-in as well. You've got 7 days left for a face reveal. Don't worry. There will be a face reveal within the next week. I promise that much, and it will happen. The only negative or downside, if you will, is I will still be able to do live streams, but I'll be not at my usual setup from the 3rd to the 5th of November. So I will be doing Facecam, of course. We have it for like a week, then you'll have no Facecam for like 3 days, and then you go back to Facecam again. But who knows? Maybe I'll do Facecam for a little bit and then turn it off. People don't like me. I also might do that as well. Who knows? Kaspa didn't drop again. Yeah, Kaspa's doing quite well today, and that's based off the recent macro reports. Welcome back, Falco, bro. You're doing very well, brother. But that being said, family, let's get into the content. Now. We got through the pleasantry. So Bitcoin right now, currently hovering at around $110,000, 700, which is, all things considered, quite good at the level where we saw Bitcoin crash down on 10th of October. Hopefully it continues in this fashion. Again, we have to just wait and see what happens, although there are a lot of reassuring signs panning out for next week. Again, you've got to keep in mind the general news that could always shift that sentiment, be it geopolitical tensions between China and America, developments between Russia and the war as well, a breakout in the Middle East again. There's always other issues or other developments that could negatively impact the market. But right now, from a financial and macro side of things are looking really good for crypto, for Bitcoin. Stocks right now are at all-time highs again, which is proof of where we're going, higher. Empty money supply is nearing all-time highs again, proof of where we're going again, higher. Gold's now holding strong around 4.1k. So that risk off sentiment has dwindled a little bit, more so towards risk on, which is great stuff as well. And then you of course have Bitcoin's doing well, Ethereum's up 2%, XRP's 4%, and then Kaspa here equally up about 2% on the daily time frame. So Bex up 4, Sui up 3, Tao's up 1%. When I made the video, it was actually down. So it's good to see now Tao's making that recovery and starting to go up a little bit again today. And pretty much across the board, all of the markets looking quite strong, and that is again because of the macro. So we'll get into that first, and then we'll get into the Kaspa sources. So to start off with, this post from the Coin Bureau, which is again something that the title states, and I completely agree with. This bull run, this bull cycle, it is far from over. According to this post here, as per Crypto Quant, Dolphin wallets 100 to 100 to 1k Bitcoin are still accumulating above their 1-year average. Unlike the top of the 2021 cycle, ETF and Treasury demand remains strong. So last cycle, we started seeing demand for Bitcoin, for crypto in general, starting to just deviate a little bit, starting to simmer down a little bit, but we are currently nearing the end of the market, and that demand is only going up higher and higher. The accumulation is only going up higher and higher, which is further proof that we are nowhere near the end of the cycle just yet. You start seeing it dwindling. If you look here, and according to the chart, the holdings, if you will, start falling off just before that last significant push for Bitcoin, before it passed all-time highs. And we are still going up higher and higher. So we have easily got a few months left, if not again, extending into 2026. Welcome back, Double D, bro. You're doing very, very well, brother. But yeah, so what happened today then? I told my VR pieces the moment it happened. We knew in real time. We saw the CPI reports come out. This is a big deal for two reasons. One, we have an ongoing government shutdown. Therefore, a lot of the data will not be released. A lot of data will not be released because we've got ongoing government shutdown. We got it. It's fantastic news. And which is again a very big deal because it tells us that the institutions, the Fed, the leaders, they need to know what's happening right now. So they are prioritizing releasing this data so they can, manage the economy how they perceive they need to do so, despite the government shutdown, which kind of, lessens the ability to do so, in a way of putting it. So this coming out during a government shutdown is a very big deal, but the better deal is what was actually released. CPI did increase from last month by 0.1%, but was below expectations. And more importantly, core CPI actually went down by 0.1%. So we have seen much, what's what I'm looking for? We've seen much cooler than expected inflation reports, which is extremely bullish news. And this gives a clearer path towards more rate cuts. Right now, we are expecting at least 2 more. One coming in October, and then the next one coming in December, and the next FOMC meeting. However, there is now a belief that we might end up seeing potentially 3 rate cuts, which would be very, very big news. Very, very big news. So this is what we're looking out for right now. Of course, seeing more rate cuts, and then equally seeing other developments like the ending of QT, quantitative tightening. That will also be very, very bullish, allowing more liquidity to flood into the markets, and that will also allow crypto risk on to soar a lot higher. The statement we have from Jerome Powell a couple of weeks back now was that he expects QT to end in the next few months. However, QT is over. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan see Fed flipping the reserve tumble below 3 trillion, and everyone's piling on now. Even Deutsche Bank it said the same thing. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, all the leading institutions are seeing this. They are seeing that we're currently in a liquidity crisis. The reverse repo is exceptionally low. So to break this down, to understand exactly what the issue is right now, to make a short summary, the reverse repo is the old liquidity, if you will, the Fed has on hand. But you can see it's drying up. It's almost empty. So they've run out of liquidity, or they're running out of it very quickly. And the problem is, with the government shutdown, the new liquidity source, which would be the Treasury General account, that's also halted from injecting the capital into the economy. The government shutdown had prevented money coming in, and the reverse repo is basically just dry, firing blanks at this point. So the Fed, obviously the government shutdown would help inject more liquidity, but the Fed have really no choice at this point but to start printing money and flooding it into the economy. Otherwise, there'll be no money left. And that would be a catastrophe. That would be a crisis at hand. So this is actually a very, very big development because it lets us know we're going to see more money printing, which, has its backlashes, of course, but it means you're going to see more money flooding into the economy, which means the sentiment is going to shift more from the risk off being gold towards risk on to being crypto and stocks. And you're going to see this market go a hell of a lot higher in the very near future. And this is also, as I'm sure we all should know by now, especially those who've watched the Plan K video, and Cryptony has linked time and time again. This is all by design in regards to the debasement of the fiat currency, namely the dollar debasement. Bar chart highlights here, dollar debasement has soared to the highest level in history, and I made a retweet of this saying that if you understand why it's so significant, then you would also know why it's not surprising to see the Google search for tokenization has also been soaring then higher than ever before. Dollar debasement is what's happening right now. It's by design. Debt is soaring higher and higher and higher. But with tokenization coming more prevalent as well, this is also by design to introduce blockchain into the financial economy, to let crypto take over. So again, another key source or another key indicator that we are going to see a lot more liquidity coming into the market, into the economy soon enough. We're going to see crypto therefore soar a lot higher soon as well. Right now, again, Bitcoin's at 110k, peaked at 126. If you look at the M2 money supply as just one of many indicators, Bitcoin has deviated from that quite significantly here. And it should mean that Bitcoin would hopefully catch up soon enough. And therefore, Bitcoin is seemingly on track for over 150k this cycle, especially if the cycle continues to extend, which right now, the M2 money supply is still going up. We're seeing more policies coming out. We're seeing rate cuts coming through. We're seeing quantitative easing starting soon enough as well. We're going to see more money coming in. Bitcoin's going to go up higher. Alts will then have its time because, again, Bitcoin dominance is still extremely high right now. Still extremely high. Right now it's 59.76. It's almost at 60%. It's still extremely high. It has come below this trend line, but then it also managed to find support at the other trend line here, like it did back in the last cycle. And now starting to rally up again. We may very well be seeing a repeat of this right now, unfolding before our eyes. If that happens, then we've got a good, that was in September. That was September 2020. So we've got a good, 9+ months left of the cycle if this does play out how the chart suggests. So again, this is the whole reason why on my page, on my Twitter page, I've been making posts repeatedly, showcasing a lot more alpha documentation from my VIP group as well. But also why I constantly keep preaching what these institutions are saying right now, which is just stop worrying about the price and the regulatory noise. These are separate distractions. Start focusing on what is actually being built. That's where the adoption is going to go towards. JP Morgan basically said that there. Sygnum Bank literally said that. Where was it? A little bit further down. Sygnum Bank literally said that here. That price. It said that price volatility and regulatory implications dominate the public discourse, but these are just distractions. They literally said that here. So it's not saying don't focus on the price at all, because understandably the price is important. You want to make money with your investments, but understand that if you're only focusing on price, you're going to be, for one, a more emotional trader and also caught out a lot more as well. The infrastructure is where the capital is going to go towards, which is very, very important. We've got some more market fundamental sources, but it's very important to Kaspa because of this video here. So I'm not going to play the video. I highly recommend those who, once you finish, if you haven't watched it already, once you finish watching this live, definitely watch this video here. This is Cityscape, who is trying to build a Web3 application. He's been around for a long time. He tried building on ICP, and he said it was terrible. He gave his reasons for that kind of He's given a reason before that on his channel, but he gives reasons loosely here as well. ICP was terrible. We know that already. We don't like ICP. He then spoke about, well, once he read up on VPROGs, which the quote for that was here, how VPROGs are synchronously composable without compromising their sovereignty. When he read that and explained that, he explained how this is literally, again, if Kaspa pulls this off, which we believe it will do, this is literally Bitcoin level security with Ethereum level smart contract capabilities. This is the ultimate crypto project in this space, effectively speaking. Now, I will end up talking about this a lot more detail another date, probably tomorrow or the day afterwards, because I think it's a very, very insightful video. I haven't had the time to take notes on this, so I don't want to just blag, mindless stuff for the last 20 minutes or whatever. But it's a very insightful video, and it lets me know that Web3 developers, or developers in general, who actually do a little bit of research to Kaspa, and they see the capabilities and possibilities with Kaspa in the future, they're going to come to this project instead. They're going to come to this project as opposed to building on Cardano, which is got a lot longer finality and a lot smaller TPS. They're going to over Ethereum, over Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just never going to be used. They're going to choose Kaspa over anything else because it has the infrastructure needed for mass adoption and for having a proper layer for building. Again, when VPROGs come out and you have smart contracts on top of it as well. This is huge. It's one thing me, spouting the information I know about Kaspa. When you hear it from someone who actually is a developer, it has more significance. Because it lets us know exactly where their mindset are at. Because everyone right now wants to build on crypto. It's quite evident. You're looking at what's happening right now. A quiet SEC update has officially opened the door for state-chartered trust companies to serve as qualified crypto custodians, potentially unlocking a $9.3 trillion retirement market. That's huge. That went under the radar. You've got the fact that JP Morgan's now allowing Bitcoin and Ethereum as collateral in crypto push. Huge as well. Crypto.com files for a national trust bank charter application. Very big news. And we'll get to this post later on as well. But this is multiple signs of crypto accelerated adoption. And there's literally no questioning it. Adoption in crypto is, if you want to make money in the future, you need to be in this space. Which is crazy to say, because if you said that last cycle, you sound like a scammer. You sound like a scammer saying that last cycle, because crypto last cycle, while it was gaining more traction, it was very much PvP, pump and dump, scams left, right and center. You saw Luna crash last cycle and FTX, it was terrible. However, with the continuous adoption coming through right now, the regulatory developments, the adoption from institutions into the space, be it for, and they're not just doing this, look, this is not just, oh, we think crypto could be used. This is just a stepping stone. They're trying to build on these blockchains. For you to be a part of the new revolution, you need to be building on a blockchain. Developers who are doing their research, they're going to discover this individual here has been trying to find projects to build his street cred Web3 app on. And he has said, without a shadow of a doubt now, Kaspa is his first choice. It was between Kaspa and Cardano, I think he said it was. And there might have been another one. And it was Kaspa, Cardano, and using Polygon for DeFi. Don't mean Polygon? Polkadot. One of the two. But now he said, there's no doubt it's Kaspa's first choice. Again, that's if Kaspa can pull through the VPROGs and all the other stuff being built, which we believe it will be. He did say in this video that the idea of VPROGs, the fact that we've been told from Sob Polinsky's AR bot Terra and equally from Michael Sutton that we should be seeing VPROGs coming out mid-2026. He said, from a developer standpoint, that would take 3 years. So, that would be ridiculous if that came through that quickly. We'll have to wait and see. But this is, again, a testament to the superiority and strength and understanding where we are at right now. Again, institutional sentiment says, price volatility and regulatory implications dominate the public discourse, but these are only surface distractions in what is becoming the foundational layer for the next generation of financial market infrastructure and innovative technology. This is literally a shout out to the projects who are actually building. They're the ones who are going to survive. Don't just focus on get rich quick schemes. Don't just focus on making money now. That's what JP Morgan was effectively saying here. I should have really preloaded these, in all honesty. That's what JP Morgan was effectively saying here. But volatility and regulatory noise are just surface distractions. The deeper story is that the rails are being built for the future. They're talking here about their investors, their clients are shifting away from the growth at any cost sentiment. Not just we need to grow now, we need to make money now. No. It's now focusing on profitability, long-term sustainable business models that generate cash and maintain healthy margins for long-term success. Kaspa's the best in that space, therefore. It is the best setup for long-term success. Kaspa, right now, what Kaspa needs, frankly, to be honest, the only thing Kaspa needs right now is adoption. The tech's still coming through, it's still going to be built more. The only thing he needs is adoption, Kaspa. And the price follows with demand. That's how it goes. We've got some more Kaspa updates and other stuff to talk into the stream as well, and equally some more alpha sources, because I'm liking the idea of leaking these here and there. Of course, you can learn a lot more about that in the VIP, but I'll plug that later on as well. But I'll quick before I do, let me get into some questions real quickly. We got it back here. We got Greg and Tony and Mr. Mars talking about Codswallop, or no, Colony. What, I don't even know what that word is. Colonoscopy. I actually don't know what that word is. Don't know what that word is, but I'm gonna assume it's a play on words from colony, and Mr. Marshall taking the mic. So yeah, let's just move on from that. Good evening, Greza. You're doing very, very well. Can we get a Miles debasement? No, you're going to be stuck there forever, brother. And Bufflink, you're right. If you enjoy the content, be doing this stuff daily, pretty much, then leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And again, right now, all the signs are pointing towards an extended cycle and more coming. So just buckle up, family. Of course, keep doing your own research. That's not financial advice. Is it safe to buy Kaspa dip? It's a great question. It comes down to your investment strategies. Right now, Kaspa is extremely undervalued in my belief at 5.2 cents. And with the sentiment now that we're going to start seeing excessive money printing and more rate cuts than expected. Plus, even if you look at this as well, the PMI is also looking pretty good as well, that is something that I'm going to end up mentioning to my VIPs probably in the roundtable meeting on Sunday. But this is huge. If you don't know what PMI is, simply put, PMI is a forward-looking indicator. Forward-looking. So if you see a PMI that is printing positive, that means that the business investments and growth is growing. So the previous was 54.2. They expected the PMI to come down. It's gone up. So that means that businesses are investing more right now, despite the government shutdown. And again, this data should be coming out during a government shutdown either, but it did. And then equally here, 52 was better to hold strong or go down a little bit. It actually went up a little bit. So PMI forward-looking indicators are suggesting that it's going to be going up. They're seeing businesses invest more. They are buying more for their business to invest. So they're investing more into their own business. They're buying products for their business, basically. That's what it is. Which is another very, very strong factor that we are not, again, building more to the sentiment that we are not going to finish the cycle in the next 2 months. We are not finishing it in the next 2 months. That's my own personal opinion. It's not financial advice. But when you're seeing all of these indicators, we're seeing QT coming through, we're seeing rate cuts coming through, you're seeing PMI printing green. You don't see very, very bullish catalysts like that, and then you dump 60%, 80% in value in December. You don't see that. Because normally, at this stage of the cycle, these indicators are already starting to print badly. And then you see the risk on sentiment explode, knowing that you've got a month or two left before everything just collapses. So we have got loads of time left, which is really good. And that gives Captain more time again to, be in a very, very strong spot, to say that least. Vijay made a repost of Rajet's post here. Just a little play on the fact that, yes, market psychology is insane. Most people buy Bitcoin when the price is high and sell when the price is low. And it's very, very true. And the same can be said here in regards to Kaspa as well. Market psychology is insane. Most people buy Kaspa when the price is high and sell when the price is low. Don't be like most people. And I completely agree. That is, and this is indicative of any project, be it Kaspa, Zabek, Omdu, Tau, whatever it may be that you're holding or looking into, Bitcoin, literally anything, even in stocks, not even just crypto, in anything. The most common thing that people do, why 99% of investors lose, is they buy high and they sell low. they follow green candles. They don't buy when it's low. They don't buy when the opportunity is there, because they're thinking, oh, they're playing emotional. They're giving into the price. They only focus on the price. They're not focusing on the future aspect. They're living in the here and now. And Paul Van Son, the chairman of the KRI, said as well, what we have seen with Bitcoin is now taking place with Kaspa. In that sense, they are provisionally lookalikes. And, you know, he said that in many aspects, but I do think right now we are seeing a lot of similarities, more so now than ever before, between Bitcoin and Kaspa in regards to the level of adoption, the stage we're at right now. Of course, tech for Kaspa is a lot better. And of course, Kaspa gets a lot of hate right now. I actually had somebody earlier trying to argue with me on Twitter in regards to Kaspa having, you know, critical flaws or something like that, not stating what they were. And I just replied, and it was on response of the post I made about the price of Kaspa. Where was it? Was it that one? No, not that one. This one. I made a post here about all the Kaspa fuzzers who repeatedly say Kaspa is always the asset to pump the least and dump the most. It's going to be a slopey to zero. Well, as the screenshot showcases here, Kaspa was not even the pump. Kaspa was one of the higher pumpers this day. And repeated evidence, and it's not the first time it's happened either. Repeated evidence say otherwise, but of course, those who fight Kaspa come in during these times to give credibility to their claims when it's not true. I made that post there, and there was this individual who basically just said that I'm lying, and I was like, I understand you're saying that I'm lying when, you know, this is from experience I'm talking about here. It's from experience. I'm not just sprouting rubbish because I think it gets clicks. I'm talking based on experience. I provide, again, will I exaggerate the stuff I say at times? Probably. You know, I'm not perfect. I understand what gets clicks, but I also understand and I try to build trust within my community. So I always try to provide sources for claims that I make. And I'm not the first. I mean, we've all been a part of this stream daily. We've heard this time and time again. How many times have we heard Kaspa's going to be a slow B to zero? How many times have we heard that in this stream, in this community? I hear it almost daily. You know, almost daily. So yeah, that it's just something that I heard of. But again, point being is focusing on the price is a short-term thing. We're going to see a lot more coming through, and this market's going to extend right now. That's what I'm looking forward to, in all honesty. And we are seeing similarity to Bitcoin and Kaspa right now. Eventually, this kind of Trojan horse, or this kind of wall between the Bitcoin and Kaspa community, is going to get smashed down. Right now, Bitcoiners are very, very accepting the fact that they're in Bitcoin because it's going to make them money, but they're forgetting kind of how the money comes through, what is necessary for it. It's technology. They're saying, the fact that I've saw so many posts about how maximalists on Bitcoin are just saying, oh, you know what? Just saying like, oh, they're saying, oh, go to Bitcoin over fiat because it's better. They're forgetting basically the reason that Bitcoin is being heavily adopted over fiat currency is because it's better tech. Bitcoin's better tech than fiat. But then forgetting about that about Kaspa, which unfortunately is a sign of how the Bitcoin community has just grown over the years. It went from being about tech to then changing to be just about store of value. The store of value because it's better tech. It's better. But is that going to last forever with the tech just being lackluster to other projects already out there? Well, namely Kaspa. Thank you very much, Dung. Nice Tau video. Yes, those who aren't aware, I know most of you are Kaspa holders here, but I did make a video on Tau about an hour or 2 hours ago back now. It's pretty much just giving the explanation as to why Tau has been the best performer since the market crash on 2 weeks ago. Why it's been the best performer, but then also, whether you like Tau or not, I highly recommend watching that video because that video is ridiculed. It's riddled with just alpha sources. Again, stuff that I provide to my VIPs. They already have this information on hand and they have so much more. I put like 5 or 6 or 7 other documents in that community today and interviews in there as well with explanations about what's happening as well. So whether you like Tau or not, I still recommend watching the video so you can get a lot more alpha insights in regards to what institutes are looking at. And then after that, if you want to know a lot more, again, you can check out the VIP. Join for free for 7 days. You get the private weekly live streams happening every Sunday or Monday, depending, but normally every Sunday. Trade alerts, which again, trades did very, very well last week, and we've been doing some quite good this week as well, from my knowledge. Again, you get alpha documentation, stuff like this, and a lot more detail, and so much more. You check it out for a 7-day free trial, or equally you get an additive month free trial if you sign up to BYDFI, no KYC VPN, regulated exchange. Information about that is in my free Discord server. You need any help setting any of that up, reach out to me on Discord or Twitter and I'll help you out with what I can do. But I highly recommend checking this out. You can learn a lot more in there. And with the cycle extending, we're about to go into a weird unknown territory where people are like, well, what's happening? How's it going to go? I like to believe I've got the information there. The premium insights provided to my VIPs, they are aware of what's coming through and are allocating accordingly. So you want to find out more, again, even extra projects like the real world assets that I think are going to do very, very well, go check that out. Links down below in the description. Also on my homepage as well. 3 cuts this year, now you're talking dirty to me? Yeah, I know. It's actually crazy to think that's going to happen, but it could. With the way the economy is currently holding up, with the reassuring data we're getting as well, it very well could. So I'm looking forward to that happening. Yeah, Kaspa already is the best project out there. I don't disagree with that. And that's why you're seeing more and more of these sort of developers starting to take notice. This individual had a video last week just saying Kaspa's great, but it's probably got a long time to it, something that I look into. And now 1 week later, he's like, you know what, actually, I think I had to jump the gun and go a little bit earlier than I thought. He's come to now realize that Kaspa actually is definitely what he should be looking at, which is great. What did you mean? What did you mean over? Oh yeah, you're very right, England. It has not started for Kaspa at all just yet. But there is a mass understanding from a lot of content creators that I've been seeing. For example, like Crypto Mindset, who are people have mentioned him quite a lot recently. He's been saying Kaspa's about to fall off a cliff and we're about to go into a bear cycle. And I'm like, I mean, again, this is still all possible. You know, we're only in 24th of October. We've still got some time left. But all the actual macro and fundamental sources suggest we are not ending the cycle by December or by January. Now, based on his information from what he spoke about in his videos, when I did watch what was showed to me, he's saying that, historically speaking, 4-year cycle is going to come to an end soon. That is right, except for the fact that we're not in a cycle like that anymore. So there's still a mass conception from a lot of people that the cycle is about to end very soon and Kaspa's about to fall off a cliff and go to zero. But again, based on the sources that we're showing here, we're not over. Not by a long shot yet. We are seeing increasing investments into crypto from institutions. We're seeing positive, bullish, green macro sources. The only outliers, the only worrying factors right now would be the geopolitical development between US and China, Russia, Ukraine war. Any outbreak in the Middle East is always going to cause negative price action. But for the most part, everything still is looking good. There's been some worries in Europe as well, particularly France. But otherwise, then, for the most part, everything has been looking good right now. If y'all don't hit that motherfucking like button, you know it. You know it. Maybe this Web3 dev should try connecting with KRI. I mean, he could try, although KRI is particularly meant for enterprises. You know, PwC, Shell, Hyundai, Bosch, Eons Energy, like big institutions, well-established institutions and banks and energy companies. It's a slightly different market. I'm not saying he couldn't. Again, I'm not exactly sure the ins and outs, but I'm assuming it's a bit different target audience, the KRI. He's more inclined to post the KEF, I guess. But either way, he's someone who's mentioned he's been looking through the yellow papers and the white papers of Kaspa and the VPOGs. So he has the information at hand, so he could just do it himself. I mean, again, Kaspa's you're not meant to be going through a third party, be it KF or KRI. Kaspa's meant to be able to just do it yourself. That's what Kaspa's about. You just do it yourself. It's for the community. Also, I've been keeping an eye on his videos. Last week-ish, he released a video exploring Kaspa for the first time. He says he won't pick Kaspa for smart contracts yet because it still needs to be proven. But yeah, that's what that's what I was saying. He said that last week. You can see all the videos he made on ICP. It's a flop. He's like, he started looking at ICP and it's like, yeah, you know what? It was terrible. And again, you live and you learn. But he made a video on Kaspa here. His first time looking at Kaspa, and he basically said, I'm not too sure about it yet. 1 week later, he's like, you know what? It's like, yes, I'm choosing. We went from saying, I'm not sure about it yet, and he's smart contract to saying, it's now my number one. It's a very quick turnaround. Very, very quick turnaround indeed. I'm going to end up getting an ad, aren't I? Just going to pause it. We're next up with LB. Jay, I'm trying to connect him I'm trying to contact him. Maybe you could do a collaboration and get the dev perspective on building projects. His name is James Allen. I'll try to reach out to him. I'm not opposed to doing so. It'd be quite good trying to start doing interview type of stuff on this channel, actually. Bring more quality content as well. I mean, I feel like I already do quite decent, but bring even more quality content, you know? I'm not going to say I'm putting it down right now, although, I mean, it's quite evident that I'm not a Web3 developer. I'm just someone who has an extensive amount of research and understanding, if you will, about the general space and Kaspa. But I mean, I would be happy to kind of speak more to him about it. So I'll try and reach out if I can and see. You'll see a lot more people like this individual here who will start exploring Kaspa more because of stuff coming out for it. Perceived as the best infrastructure for it. Yeah, I know. Very, very new video. Haven't seen his new video yet. I was about to watch it before this British. Okay. I mean, thank you very much for being here and choosing me over him. I appreciate that. Could do without the slander. Shave basically butt cam and a dock. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, let's not do a camera like that then, please. Yeah. I can't believe that I got quiet that Mr. Mars. Yeah. Cool. I don't want to look into that. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's move on, shall we? You know, Mr. Mars caught me out one too many times. Yeah, I know. Terrible. The real instigator. Yeah, honestly, I should take that mod role away from him right now. Honestly. And yes, 100%. If you enjoy the content, we're doing this stuff daily. You can learn a lot more here. You can get many benefits with trading. Again, there's trades we're making here. You can get 70% discount on all trades you make if you sign up to BYDFI. The affiliate link's on the screen right now, and you can get a 1 month free trial to the VIP as well. So you can get extra benefits to stuff you're already doing in the VIP. BYDFI helps you out with that as well. Free Discord server, again, just chill chat and learn more about crypto and anything in general. Twitter, I'm posting a lot of stuff in there. If you want access to the VIP sources, the occasional free ones that I do every day, every other day, that I'm posting some now, follow me on Twitter right here, and you will get access to the ones that I do occasionally post. I posted this one literally an hour ago, because I'm going to talk about actually this stream as well. This is from KPMG, one of the big four accounting firms, alongside the likes of Deloitte, Ernst & Young, and PwC, KRI partner. They made a post here as well, very, very big. I post occasional sources in there. Of course, you get a lot more and even extra information about these sort of documents and access to the document. You get the link to the document in the VIP as well. So if you want to find out more information, definitely on the executive channel, more premium insights, leveling up your understanding and, you know, kind of setting yourself up for the future, in my belief. Information about it, again, is all down below. Those who've been a part of it for the longest time, Joking and Tony in particular, they have found it very, very insightful for my knowledge. They sung my praises many, many times, which I can only appreciate them for being a part of it. And we've got people joining now who equally seem very pleased about it as well. I'm learning a lot in there. So hopefully, if you want to learn a lot more again, we're doing a lot more in there. We'll be posting some more potential projects I'm looking at as well as the cycle extends on in the coming weeks as well. So again, get in while you still can. Sure, entertainment, yeah, sure. Why would I pay you when you're talking about bowel cancer? Like, no. Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Yeah, also that as well. Right, cool. Okay, yeah. And then the affiliate link, yeah. Or BYDFI, yeah. Everything in there. Links down below. God, what am I working with? My phone is chipping. Well, I appreciate very much, Kryptoni. Very much so. I'm the one who mentioned VProx to the dev. Oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, again, this is why we love the Kaspa community. Expanding, spreading the love about the project and getting eyes looking at it. He didn't know about VProx until he looked at that. And then he read through the yellow paper and immediately he was like, whoa, this is crazy stuff, you know? But yeah, good job, LB, man. We got to do our part. I saw that Trezor released a Safe 7. I went to see if they plan to integrate Kaspa on their site. No. Then on Reddit, someone asked the question. The number of haters and jokes was incredible. I mean, there's going to be some... The literal only problem, which again, the individual here who was, which I'll go back to again, who spoke about the ridiculous issues, if you will, with like the showstopper criticism of Kaspa. I'm like, he said that twice, but it's like he's not said what it is. He's just using a, you know, a massive trigger word, if you will. I didn't want to ask him what is his criticism because I don't want to open this can of worms that he's going to end up just probably finding some form of waffle through ChatGPT. But the literal only criticism I see from Kaspa is regarding price action and how it's been bad for the last 18 months, which I can't disagree with, but that's the only bad thing I've heard about Kaspa. Of course, you've heard some other fun about the mining rewards and the fees and whatnot. And like, yeah, it's bad now, but once the adoption grows more, it won't be bad. That's kind of how proof of works function. That's just how it works. You don't understand that part. You don't understand proof of work cryptos. Other than that, there's not really, there have been very, very little negative parts about Kaspa that I could actually be like, you know what, you got a fair point there. But you'll see hate because the price is bad. When the price is doing well, that hate will dissipate. Bars. I keep meaning to explain to him that Kaspa is not ASIC resistance and the hashing algo he thinks it has. I don't know where this confusion comes from. I heard a lot of new Kaspers making the mistake. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are just, I mean, even myself, I make mistakes about Kaspa at times. You know, I try to learn a lot about it. I feel like I've got quite extensive knowledge of it, but I even make my own mistakes sometimes. But those who are not as informed, they'll make repeated mistakes about Kaspa, about where it is. And they'll also fade it because, again, they're not following the tech and the project, they're just following price. And Kaspa's price has been bad for a long time. Although you could argue, if you look at this chart, up 37% from launch, whatever it is, and it's holding strong at the level of support here, this would probably be the perfect time to buy at a dip. Not financial advice, of course, but this is a perfect price right now. Oh yeah, I like the haters as well. You see it all the time. It is, in a way though, I run several different miners, and depending on how many hash they produce, they get assigned higher difficulty. So though it doesn't totally level the playing field, it makes it much better. Interesting. The video about Cityscape is free marketing for Kaspa. That's the, you know what, I didn't even touch on that, and you're completely right, Tony. The fact that you've got a Web3 developer, while not be the biggest name out there, he's got more subs than me, 13,000 subs, but not the biggest name out there. This is what Kaspa, the marketing for Kaspa has to be done by the community. The problem is, a lot of people now perceive Kaspa community as a cult and they ignore us, or they put us down. It's just how it works, right? When you've got an evident external source who's made 2 videos, first on discovering Kaspa and then VProgs, he's literally talking about Kaspa now being the next, he's done 2 videos. Like, you know what? It's insane. I wish I found this earlier. I hope VProgs is really, really good. This is literal free marketing for Kaspa. Completely right. And you're going to see more developers like this individual here who's going to start looking at Kaspa as a layer 1 to build smart contracts and build a platform on, and be like, yeah, should have got into it a lot earlier. And Mr. Miles, I mean, thank you for the extra viewership. It's crazy. That will expand the reach to Web3 developers who are not aware of Kaspa, increasing and expediting Kaspa's adoption 100%. I hope 1 cent for 1 year, the less the better. I mean, I don't, if you're saying Kaspa going down to 1 cent for a year, I'm very skeptical that'll happen. Very skeptical. Anything's possible still, of course. We did see it go down to 1 cent during that flash crash, but if the cycle extends, which all sources right now suggest it's going to, then 1 cent seems like a pipe dream. Reddit is terrible, I agree with that. I'm not going to click on that though, because that word is going to probably get me banned on YouTube. Trading my bag went from 0 to 25k Kaspa. Thank you for the price dip. Big stuff, Mr. Miles. Did you check the top address? Who do small transactions mean? Have a look at it right now. Top address for Kaspa, yeah. So if you look at the address wallet, you can see it's not, you've seen this transaction here, 4.4 Kaspa. You saw it send a significant amount of Kaspa out, which, well, I say significant amount, 599 Kaspa out, 595 Kaspa in, plus this 4 here as well. But yeah, it's these small transactions typically are just a sign of it being like tests going on. You're looking at it right now, they're not accumulating anything significant now. They've done their big transactions already, you know, 2, 3 million, 180, whatever million it was beforehand, 158 million. And now these are like other wallets that are sending, you know, cash back and forth, like transactional numbers. or like test numbers even. We haven't got an exact idea of what this is meant to be representing and who the wallets actually are. We are seeing repeated, like this wallet here is the same wallet here every time. This bottom wallet seems to always change, but this top wallet here seems to be the same one every time, which is interesting. And all these wallets seem to be different as well. I can't say who it is. I mean, if it's Binance, you could argue maybe this is just the wallet address for the futures, but that's, I guess, speculative. I can't say that for sure. I believe it is probably Binance or Wintermute, but these we just like to believe are test transactions. So I think that makes most sense to us. I mean, what I can do actually is I can copy this address and type in Kaspalytics here and see what comes up. Is that just the wallet? Is that just the wallet beforehand? Oh, that's literally the wallet here. Oh yeah, so this is the same exact wallet. Yes, same with that wallet here. This is literally wallet. Okay, it's literally wallet 1 here. So it looks like this transaction is going from this wallet, with majority of it going to that wallet and some of it going to this wallet here. So yeah, okay. Wow, that's a really low brain moment there. Smooth brain moment there. Nice one, Jay. So yeah, basically you're seeing this particular wallet here. We don't really know who these wallets are. Sending Kaspa to another wallet, but then smaller some of that fee going to this wallet here, which looks like, if you look at it, 4.4 Kas, 0.2 Kas, 0.2 Kas. These are like transactional numbers. You're not actually seeing the wallets going to that. So again, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like test or transactional numbers. I'm sure again we'll see us correlate to a listing of some sort in the future. Looks like Mex here trying to cash back up to become the number 1 again, which is, you know, funny. This wallet 8 as well just scooped a lot, almost 6 mil Kaspa. Insane stuff there. Insane stuff. 6 mil Kaspa. On a lot of small transactions as well, weirdly. 52, 13, 35. That's 234,000. Interesting. A lot of very small transactions, but significant amount. I see Kaspa as don't know what that word is. Not going to try and pronounce that either. Everyone's surprised at the end, except those who understood the game of patience. I mean, yeah, and I kind of get your general sentiment. Yeah, I agree. Like, people are going to be surprised about Kaspa when it does do well, except for us who have been here for the long time. And there was a post I saw from Ski Trading, which I agree with personally, which is, you know, of course, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be humble about it. I'm not going to say, ha, told you guys Kaspa's going to do well. I'm not going to say anything like that. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm sure there are many who are going to do that. I've been told by some of my community they're going to do that anyways. And, you know, more power to you. I personally don't think we should. But that's completely down to you as your own investor and whatever you want to say. But when Kaspa does do well, it shouldn't be a case of, you know, ha, told you so. It's just, this is why we do research. You can pretty much say the exact, I mean, what I would say is like, this is why I do research. I'm not going to say, ha, told you so. I'm going to say, this is why I do research. I research so I understand what I'm holding. So when it does pump off, I'm not surprised by it. I'm like, yeah, I had to have patience about it. That's all it was. Bybit consolidated wallets and suddenly became the top wallet. I strongly believe Coinbase and Binance are stacking so on many wallets. When the time is right, they'll merge wallets like Bybit and then list. Well, I agree, Greg. I do believe there's something cooking. You've seen a lot of wealth accumulating quite heavily recently. So I think there is going to be a listing of some sort recently. Which actually, in saying that, we can finally get into some more Kaspa announcements. Welcome back, Bees, bro. You're doing very, very well, my man. So we had that update recently. And we've now finally got the announcement from the KEF. Don't know why the announcement had to be found by the community first and not by NF. I guess, I mean, being found out by community is not a bad thing, if anything, being a centralized project and that what, but like the KEF and these centralized entities, Bybit, they're meant to be pushing, you know, marketing. And the fact that we found out about Bybit USDC cash trading pair, Bybit EU cash USDC trading pair from community members before KEF, before Bybit is crazy. That's just something I wanted to point out that crazy. But either way, now it's quite a big deal. Of course, Bybit EU now supporting cash USDC, which is a very big deal. A new listing, therefore. KEF highlighted here. Another milestone we achieved. KEF sponsored trading competition on Whitebit. concluded with a general trading volume of 600,000 USDT, 42 per day. Now it's time to reapproach Binance. So that might be a good thing, although this is maybe just me this is me playing devil's advocate. I have very little, I don't think care is the right word, but I don't pay much mind to KEF right now. I think KEF has said, this is my personal opinion, you have got to listen to me, not financial advice, of course, you make your own decision, but for me, the KEF said a lot of things, they've said a lot of things, and right now I'm seeing nothing come out of it. Like, I'm trying to think the last, they might have been, I mean, I know the KEF with Johnny, like they kind of help him in the listings side of things, they might have helped with Kraken. I know they did have the market maker for DOF Labs. I know they kind of have responsible for cashbacks as well, but I feel like, and you know what, I say that, I personally think actually it's my sentiment and my belief and my opinion on Johnny, the executive vice president, because he is the devil's advocate to Shy. Those two are constantly bickering back and forth. The last time I saw Johnny make a message was actually responding to Shy's criticism of the curve bridge thing for the Casplex layer 2, which I've got the post for. I have not read through them properly, so I've not talked about it on stream, but is that negativity that just made me think, oh, just stop. I mean, those who know me long enough, I hate negativity, I hate drama. Of course, that's what I'm going to get. Being a content creator, I'm going to see it all the time. And I deal with it however I can do. But most of the time, like in my real life, if I'm hearing drama, I leave. I stop. It's so boring. It's such an unnecessary level of stress in my head. So I don't like seeing it in any project I'm in either. But either way, if they do approach Binance again and we get the listing, fantastic. I'm not holding my breath, but we'll hopefully get it soon. Although we're asking some relatively reassuring things regarding Binance and Kaspa right now, which is in regards to the voting. Just voted for Sopolinsky and Michael Sutton, the two main Kaspa contributors on the Blockchain 100 award by Binance. You can see here, Sopolinsky right now is at number 5, ranked number 5 out of however many there are. It will be, you only got 2 days left till voting's over, and it'll be announced on November 3rd. It will be a fantastic achievement and a big sign of Kaspa's superiority if Sopolinsky does somehow get to top 3 or even wins it. But with there only being 2 days left, he needing at least another 200 votes. I'm not expecting it, if I'm being completely honest, but maybe. Although Michael Sutton's doing very well in his bracket, he's number 2. He's number 2 here. There are 2 different brackets. I can't actually remember what the 2 brackets were resembling, like what the 2 brackets were actually for, but it's a different table. Michael Sutton right now is number 2, so he will be getting an award. So there will be some Kaspa contributor who will be there, which is really, really big, really big indeed. But yeah, again, Kaspa connected to Binance, stuff looking good, and again, the competition will end very, very soon. So hopefully we can see the Kaspa contributors, Sopolinsky and Michael Sutton, getting their respect, the accolades, and that could bring more. I mean, that would definitely bring more recognition to Kaspa as a project. Thinking about it, definitely, Kaspa gets medals for their Blockchain 100 award ceremony by Binance. Everybody is going to end up learning about these individuals if they don't already. Again, knowing Sopolinsky is the one who created Ghost, Phantom, Spectre, the protocols that pretty much every single crypto project in this space runs off a derivative of. It's going to happen. And then we had this other post real quickly as well regarding Kaspa, which is it was off the back of Shy making this post about VProgs, which we spoke about a bit yesterday. And Ori says here, in response to some other stuff here as well, that Kaspa is going to have OpCat and Covenant, which covers the simple smart contract functionality while preserving this simple parallelizable. I can't say that word. Parallelizable. Sure. UTXO model. Shoot me. So that seems to be, again, I have to probably do a deeper dive and understand exactly the significance of this. But it seems to be quite a big deal. I know Pavel, the Igra Labs co-founder, is very excited about this as well. So that seems to be a very, very big deal, which again will probably put Kaspa into a stronger spot as well. I'll do a little bit of a deeper dive about this in the coming days over the weekend, and I'll see if I can try and provide some more information about it based on my understanding of it, which again, from a non-developer, full disclosure, it will be, trying to make it easy to understand from a general perspective, but I'm sure those who are actually developers will understand more so the significance of this. But Shai says it's a big deal, and Powell says he's very excited about it. So this seems to be like quite a good thing as well. Again, coming to Kaspa off the back of vprogs and whatnot, smart contracts coming to Kaspa, all the things that we should be looking forward to. And then before I get to more questions, to also just wrap up, in regards to the video I made earlier about Tau, I have 2 alpha documentations for you all. Hopefully you enjoy this stuff. And in case you want to find out more information about this sort of alpha documentation in more depth, VIP personally available. Post here I made, do your own research or stay poor. Very doom and gloom, but I think it's the truth here. Literally earlier today, the Bank of England started sounding the alarm in a very, very big way. Basically talking about how AI is the next multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure and it's taking over. AI all ships in. Would a fall in AI-related assets valuations have financial stability consequences? Short answer, yes. According to the Bank of England, about 40% a bit more than that actually. I didn't publicize all of that online. I did publicize it in my VIP community. One of the screenshots at least within my VIP community. It was 44% of the S&P 500 market is AI stocks. So think about it that way. If 44% of this market cap is AI, if AI went bottoms up and collapsed, S&P 500 is getting screwed. So it has got a lot of risks in that regard. Therefore, so Bank of England's right in that regard. But you can see some very interesting stuff here. McKinsey estimates the data centers equipped to handle AI processing loads will require $5.2 trillion of capital expenditures by 2030 to keep up with the AI compute demand for model training and inference. So, put it simply, they're saying here that we need $5.2 trillion in capital to build AI infrastructure by 2030. They need a lot of capital. Or they can find cheaper alternatives, which in that regard would be stuff like projects at Tau, the model that Tau's developed with a decentralized AI model. So this whole document here, which again I provide and give a lot deeper insights in my VIP, you can read about it on my Twitter page anyway. So again, the link to that is already in the chat and in the description. But this is again for me a very key insight that talking about how the key institutions key focus is on AI and on infrastructure projects, which is why I think Kaspa is going to be great in the future and why real-world assets will also be really, really good. If you want to find out more again in terms of what real-world assets I'm looking for, there's one in particular that I think perfectly fits this bill. Then check out the VIP as well, my documents in there. And then equally one I just posted earlier today, the next winner in this cycle has already been decided. KPMG, one of the big 4 accounting firms, believes companies solving infrastructure level problems with AI native models are expected to be the next wave of winners. You can see that here, and that's one screenshot. Again, not sure because the whole thing, the screenshots actually that I didn't show this in the VIP are a lot more significant, showcasing a lot more in-depth information as well. But they're talking here about how we are, again, it's shifting away from that growth at any cost to prioritizing sharper execution and deeper tech and infrastructure. Look, during H1 2025, the fintech market globally attracted $44.7 billion, which actually went down from $54.2 billion in H2 2024. So it went down, but therefore they're not looking at growth at any cost. They're just trying to find what's going to be good for being built. That's what we're looking at right now. While many fintech investors were cautiously optimistic heading into 2025, the combination of headwinds from ongoing geopolitical tensions and rapidly evolving concerns over tariffs and trade policies saw many investors continuing to hold back from making large deals, except in a few hot areas like digital assets and currencies and AI. Long and short of it being, crypto and AI are the next big things. That's what institutions are looking at right now. In particular, infrastructure projects as well. Again, more insights in regard to that sort of stuff, again in the VIP, all available down below. we should we should be welcoming those who pull onto Kaspa. Yeah, 100%. Although I completely understand those who do want to be a bit toxic. You're perfectly in your right to do so. When it pops off, I'm going to tell all the crap talkers they are smooth brains. You can do as you want. Me, I probably won't. But I understand those who want to do that. That's perfectly fine. It's just my sentiment. Again, maybe it's just me and my morals. I wouldn't want to be. I'm not going to say I told you so. If you saw me in real life, I'd give you the look, or kind of like I told you so look. I'm sure you guys probably experienced that look, but I wouldn't just out and out say it. Out and out say it. He found it and they welcomed. Yeah, the Matrix didn't. Yeah, exactly. In that regard, then they didn't. They just accepted Neo regardless. They showed him the ropes and explained things he didn't understand yet. I have the power. You do. You do. You could do what you want, my man. Welcome, Erica. You're doing very, very well. Happy Friday. No face yet. No. We have 7 days left. 1 week until face cam goes on. I've literally I have basically everything set up right now. I'm just trying to determine whether I want to put a green screen behind me or not. I'm probably not going to. Just means I have to make sure the background of my room is just always clean, which it normally is. I'm not a messy person, but it can be just hassle. But hey, you'll see Facecam soon enough. I can promise you that much. But that being said, family, that will conclude today's Kaspa Crypto live stream. If you enjoyed, as always, family, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Put your makeup on. Oh, don't worry, I'll be pampered up just for all of you. If you enjoy, leave a like, share, and subscribe for more. If you want to find out more premium insights, check out the VIP. Again, VIP, a lot more information in there, or just a free Discord server. Again, all information down below. You can find a lot more alpha insights like this sort of stuff here. Our live stream this Sunday is going to be very, very big, so stay tuned for that. Or Monday, I'm not sure what day is going live, just I have to double check with the other with C Crypto. That being said, family, no green screen looks bad. Okay, well, I will probably, again, the way I have my setup currently done is my cam will be up here. So green screen, it'll be weird having just a floating body here. So I probably won't do green screen. But yeah, that being said, family, have